Oh, so, what is politics? Politics is the art or science of governing people and governing society. What's the best way to live? How do we live in harmony? That's what we're looking for. Democracy is the closest thing we've got to everyone sort of chipping in. But even that's got problems, who gets the vote? Should everyone get the vote? Dangerous question. The political philosopher Nietzsche said that not all people do deserve the vote and not all men are born equal. This was cussedly misinterpreted by Hitler, who went way too far with it. And he just, do you know what I mean? Imagine that. You're a great scholar, Nietzsche, and you write that, and you get called to Hitler's. All right, Nietzsche? All right, Adolf? Yeah, just been reading your book. Do you like it? Brilliant. Love all that. Man and Superman, not everyone's equal, kill all the Jews. Sorry, what? Not everyone's equal, kill all the Jews. I didn't write that. No, I read between the lines. No, I didn't mean it. You've totally misinterpreted the whole point of it. Yeah, definitely. It's awful. Ooh, it's dreadful. Have you been killing Jewish people? What? Have you been killing Jewish people? How many have you killed? Not many, like 6 minutes. 6 million! Yeah, I don't go on about it. I'm not going to do any more. That's it. Leave it at 6. Let's move on. Stand for tea anyway? Cool. Yeah, but be careful in future. You writing any other books at the moment? Well, I am, but I'm scared to tell you about them. No, I won't do anything. What's your new book called? My new book is called The Jippos. Do we need them? Not a traditional subject for comedy, the Holocaust. I'll give you that. Probably why Spielberg didn't put a laughter track on Schindler's List. It would have ruined it. When Schindler's List came out in American cinemas, they actually banned popcorn. It's true. And I think that's a great idea. But I think they should ban it in all films. I don't want to go and watch a film with someone grazing next to me. You know what I mean? Same. Obviously I did it in that because of all the people that died in it. But what about all the people that died in Mad Max? Let's keep it fair. And that was more recent. It was the future, so it was really recent. I think Schindler's is a fantastic film. I didn't watch it at the cinema, actually. I got it out on video about a year later by mistake, because I'd never heard of it. And I was in Blockbuster till late one night. I was a bit drunk. And I thought it was a porn film. No, because I saw 18 certificate, top shelf. I thought, oh, black and white, dodgy home movie, German sounding, they're the best. And what swung it was that quote on the back from Barry Norman, have a box of Kleenex ready. Rubbish. I used about 2. There was a shower scene. Shut up. Lenny Henry, 30 quid. Fuck off. This lecture, as you've worked out, is about political change. No, but how do you change things? If you want to change society, how do you change things? Well, we're not all in power, by definition. Some of us haven't even got the vote. But if you've got a voice, in our country we've got freedom of speech, you can change things slowly, but you can be heard. And that's one way. And I used to work at University of London Union, and there wasn't a day went by when there wasn't a march that started outside, or people giving out flyers and leaflets and stuff. And I was just to take them, to read them, because I wanted to know what people were giving up their time for. And I remember one was a leaflet boycotting Nike and some other designer labels for using third world sweatshops, particularly China. And there was a frightening statistic on this leaflet. I'll never forget. It said that the CEO of Nike has amassed $5.2 billion. And for a female worker in one of his sweatshops in China to earn that, she'd have to work 7 days a week, 8 hours a day for 10,000 years. But they then want to. Lazy. there was another thing on there. It's absolutely true. One of the supervisors in one of the sweatshops in China had been accused of sexually assaulting one of the female workers. And he'd been... that's not fun, is it? True, and he was suspended but fled the country before he'd come to trial. And the CEO of Nike was asked an awkward question about this at a press conference. And he said, no, he wasn't sexually assaulting her. He was trying to wake her up and must have touched the wrong places. Well, that's a bad excuse, isn't it? Touch the... Mrs. Chime. Mrs. Chime. Just shout, don't touch him at all. Mrs. Chime. But I love bad excuses where there's sort of embarrassing, sort of heinous things like that. A friend of mine I went to college with was a medical student. When he did his degree, he did an internship or junior doctorship at University College Hospital. And he was working at nights. It was about 1:30 in the morning. And this guy came in. He had a bottle of sauce stuck up his arse, as you do, and completely disappeared. He hadn't left, enough out. He hadn't thought of the return journey. Even Hansel and Gretel sort of left breadcrumbs, didn't they? He hadn't thought it through. He was getting so into it, the whole bottle up there. Then he couldn't get any purchase. He could, tie a bit of string to it or something. Just think ahead. Or empty it out, fill it with concrete, put a broom handle in it, let that set, then you've got the full lid of the bottle and the handle. But he hadn't put as much thought into it, doesn't he? Amateur. Now, and also, instead of going in there and saying, excuse me, mate, got a sauce bottle stuck up your ass. I know what I was doing, you know what I was doing, get it out and I want to do it again. Instead of saying that, he went through his whole face-saving rigmarole of filling out an accident report, just making it worse for himself. And this is the excuse he gave, okay? He said, well, what happened was, this is a great excuse. I said, I'd been shopping at Safeway, and I came home with my shopping and I realised that I'd locked myself out of my house. So I put the shopping on the doorstep and I saw it left open a bedroom window, so I thought I'd get in there. So I tried to climb up the drain pipe, but as I was climbing the drain pipe, my belt broke and my trousers and pants fell down. I went to grab, I lost my grip and I fell and I landed on the hardcore that went straight, and that's what happened. Okay, so got it out for him. When he left, they made an amendment to the accident report. My mate put, this story would be somewhat more believable if Safeway sold their bottles of sauce with condoms already attached. It's the condom. Fuck. He knows I'm lying. Why did they put a condom on it anyway? Because he was then going to use it on his chicks. What? How mean is that? If you were into, shoving condiments up your ass, buy two. They're only 79p. I guess. I don't know. One for chips, one for asses. You know where you are. You have to make bad excuses. My favourite leaflet of all time. I bet some of you haven't even got a favourite leaflet, have you? Sort it out. No, it really is. You'll see why. And I kept it with me for about 3 months and showed it to everyone. It was a leaflet that came round the Union in about 1994, 95. And it was a Terence Higgins leaflet about safe sex. And it was aimed at a last demographic of gay men that weren't taking HIV seriously enough. And so it was very hard-hitting and seen, and it used really sort of colourful language to get a message across. And I remember it so well. And the title of this flyer, you know it's going to be a good leaflet when this is the title. This is the opening gambit. It was called, you don't always have to have anal sex. Thanks very much. Think of a couple of old age pensioners just queuing for their flu jab. They're just browsing, Reader's Digest. What's this one? You know, you don't always have to have anal sex. See, I fucking told you. So, that was at school, right? And it was a 10-point plan of alternative to, you know, that. So, number one, okay, always started the same as well. Always started with why not? Like, why not, like, casual? Like you're saying, like a recipe or something. Why not throw in an onion, right? Right, okay. Number one was this. And actually, little diagrams, like little drawings that you get on safety things on planes. So anyway, number one, 10-point plan. Number one was, think of this as medical advice. Okay? Number one was, why not just wank each other off? I've got a new leaflet. Oh, what's it say? Why not just wank each other off? Wait, oh, casual. Number two. Number two, that's great. Again, just a casual suggestion. Like, number two is what? Always the same. Why not? But number two, why not come on his back? Why not? When is that? And it's so dead. Why not? Imagine you queue up to see a GP. You go, the GP has seen you now, and he's sort of writing, or entered, what kind of review? I'm gay and I'm worried about HIV. Come on his back. Number three, whenever I show this to people, when I got this one, people were laughing, going off, and they went, oh, right? Number three, it's the worst one. Number three is, why not come in his hair? Not the hair. On the back. Come on the back, sure, on you go. Go on. Hurry up. Where are you fucking aiming at? Not on my hair. Fuck off. There. Fucking getting on. I'm putting on a shower cap. Some. Number four. Oh, number four. I have not before or since heard such a great use of the term e.g. as in this next sentence. Number four, I swear, was why not come into a piece of fruit, e.g. watermelon? Why do you need that? What they put out without that? People going, well, what fruit? I'm on watermelon. Thank you. I need to know what fruit. Need to know exactly what fruit. I don't want to get it wrong. I thought arses is alright. I was wrong there. I don't want to make some watermelon. Yeah, good. No. Number 10, I'll just tell you number 10. Because number 10 might be the greatest sentence of all time. And I think the bloke writing it was under pressure from his boss. He'd done 9. And his boss came and said, I've done 9. He goes, we need 10. I can't do 10. I'm struggling. I'm doing a fair. I'm doing backs. We need 10. You got till 5:30. And this is what he came up with. This is... Right. Number 10. And I swear, right, was... Why not both come out the window? Why? Ready? No. And it didn't even say nature. It's not a ground floor window. Warning. No, this is number 17. Number 19. I think they're out. You know. Oh. And that leaflet. This is a confession. That leaflet must have affected me, and that was 10 years ago. Last summer, I was walking down Old Compton Street. It was about 10 o'clock at night, and I was and just before I got to Mamma Mia, a pigeon shouted at me. Obviously a pigeon. I went, Then I went, stupid. What did I expect to say? Jew going. That is the best leaflet of all time, isn't it? But a serious message. And in the last successful protest was to bring the gay age of consent down to 16. What I was talking about earlier, it forces the hand of democracy being heard, and there was millions of people on that march saying, this is what we want the law changed, and the government, it was 1997, they said, yeah, if that many people want it, that's a referendum, change the law, and they brought the gay age of consent down to 16. I didn't see many 16-year-olds on the march. There was mainly 42-year-old men with leather trousers, shaved grey hair, and backpacks. But 16-year-olds are busy doing homework or watching it on telly, probably going, we're going to get buggered. No, they were just So, no mothers on the march. No 55-year-old women going, what do we want? For our sons to get done at the arse. When do we want it? Well, soon, before they're 17, please. But I don't think it matters who fights for your right to take it up the arse. So, at this point, I just want to make sure we've covered gays and Nazis. Good. Okay, we can move on. Gays and Nazis. But enough about the Conservative Party. Satire. They have had their fair share of sleaze, haven't they, the Conservative Party? And not like, I mean, all parties get a little bit of sleaze, but it's not like cool stuff like Labour, like punching a farmer or having 2 jags. There's this, do you remember that Conservative MP, Stephen Milligan, found dead with a noose around his neck, amyl nitrate laced orange in his mouth, bag on his head, laid his tights. I'll be honest, I think he was wanking. But again, freedom to do what you want, as long as you don't hurt anyone. I mean, he hurt himself, he went too far. That is the that is the problem with the old asphyxie wank. You blocking it just right, or you go too far and you actually die, and then your wanking days are over. So, if I was into that, wanking into an inch of my life, wearing ladies' tights and sucking oranges with a bag on my head, I'd have a close friend. They'll just say, listen, I love nearly killing himself whilst wanking, wearing all this stuff. If I actually get it wrong one day and accidentally kill myself, come round, leave the noose, get rid of all that other stuff. Just say it was suicide. And how do they know they're into all that? How do they first... Was he getting ready one day and he tied his tie, went a bit tight, went, fuck it now. They do that and they nearly die and they get it right and they survive, then they swing in there when they're finished, they get a glimpse of themselves in the mirror, they go, what the fuck am I doing? The first apocryphal tale or urban myth I ever heard was about masturbation. Not surprising, you hear those sort of things when you're 14, 15, and that is a 14-year-old boy's main pastime. And it was told to us by a guy called David Beasley, and I talked about him on my Animal show. He's the one that said, if you get captured by cannibals, they show you pornographic pictures, so you get an erection and there's more meat. And usually urban myths start with, a friend of mine, right? Not this one. He said, I was wanking the other day, lads. Go on. He said, I was on my bed at home and I was naked. And I had my eyes shut and I was listening to music, I had the headphones on. And when I'd finished, I opened my eyes, and my mum had been in, and there'd be some tea and biscuits. David? Death? Oh dear. There's my firstborn. Whacking away like a little monkey, isn't he? Very proud of him, very proud of him. If he carries on like that, he's gonna come. I better leave this so he knows his mother saw him. Think of that your mother walking in on you furiously masturbating. The other way round is worse. But we believed that at the time. I think he believed it. He told me another story, so I have no reason not to believe. He said his brother was going for a job interview, and he had to change trains, a crew. And he was on the platform of the train, and he shat himself. As you do, just filled with diarrhea. It got off, and he had to make the interview. So he had 10 minutes to the train, and he looked, saw minutes. So he scrubbed over to minutes and went in and went, quick mate, Levi's 36. So I go, okay, got the bag, made the train, went straight for the toilet, locked himself in, put the bag up, took his trousers off, took his pants off, poked him out the window, cleaned himself up, flushed all the way, opened the bag. It was a jacket. Man, it's just, and when he told us that, we were going, oh fuck, what would you do? What would you do? What would you do? And my mate Bob, trying to be cool, went, just cut the corners off the carrier bag. Oh, you're gonna still make the interview then? Put it, morning, oh that, shut yourself, what's the pension scheme like? What can you? Yeah. Phew. Oh. Thank God for a carrier bag to hide my offal. Unbelievable. There are more drastic forms of protest, though, than marching and leaflets. In 1963, a Vietnamese Buddhist monk, as a protest against the Vietnam regime, went out into a public place, set himself alight, and burned to death. Did no good, because that's not a threat or a deterrent. If a little monk comes up to you and he goes, you better stop all those things you're doing, otherwise I'm going to set myself alight. You're going to set yourself alight. Fill your boots, mate. Then no one cared, and I bet you don't even know his name, do you? I do. I've looked it up. It's absolutely true. His name was Thick Quang Duck. Or Crispy Duck to his mates. I've let off. John Lennon, a less drastic form of protest against the Vietnam War. The famous sleep-in. He stayed in bed for a week with Yoko Ono, and that was it. And people were going, brilliant, genius, that's excellent. And I bet that little monk was fucking gutted. Oh, God, on what? Burn yourself to death or shag Yoko? Oh, I love it when rock stars get involved. I absolutely love it. The political song. Ooh. Look out, mate. He's got a guitar. He's saying what he thinks in C. It's okay when it's people like, Bob Dylan, but I love it when pop stars have a go. Do you remember Culture Club's classic? They've been singing Karma Comedian for too long, and they came up with the war song, War. And in that, I go, war is stupid, and people are stupid. How's that to change your mind? I mean, if you're into war, you love in war, you love it, it's your favourite thing. You go, I mean, you in a plane, you're gonna bomb the shit out of a country, oh, can't wait to get there, I love bombing people, oh, nearly there, put the radio on, war was stupid, and people are stupid, we're going home. Boy George there, he piled on the pounds when he gave her the smack, didn't he? There's a fable there, kids. Every action has a consequence, so... Billy Joel, I've seen in things like Uptown Girl, he then revealed his classic, his protest song against the world, and we didn't start the fire. And in that song, it's basically a list. In chronological order, from 1949 to 1989, and he just mentioned sort of 6 to 8 things each verse. I just read, he goes, Harry Truman, Doris Day, Red China, Johnny Ray, South Pacific War, Whitwell Journal, Maggio, Jim McCarthy, Richard Nixon, Becca Television, North Korea, South Korea, Marilyn Monroe. That's not a song. That's a conversation with Rain Man. But I think the first protest song that actually made a difference was Do They Know It's Christmas? And particularly pointed to us in Britain because we used to own and run Africa. And then the end of the 50s, they wanted independence, and so we started giving it back to Africa. And by the end of the 60s, it was totally Africa owned and Africa ruled. Of course, in the 80s, we get a phone call. Thatcher answers, hello, hello, it's Africa, what do you want? We're all starving and that. Let me get that fun. You should have thought of that. They thought you wanted independence. Yeah, we didn't know it was going to be a drought. Drought? I'll give you a fucking drought. In the long hot summer of 1976, we had a hosepipe ban in Reading. Yes. In drought. My poor mum having to make loads of journeys with a bowl of water for the lawn. Under the cover of darkness. With her back. We've all got fucking problems, mate. Drought. There was a government advert at the time that said, save water, have a bath with a friend. Which I did. I say a friend, he was more a friend than my granddad's. 10 quid's a lot to a kid in Reading. We used to call him Granddad Charlie, actually. He wasn't our granddad. He was just an old bloke who used to live across the road from us and used to always come round to play with us whenever he saw our parents go out. But, what? Lovely old man. He used to play with us. He taught me to wrestle. And, what? Lovely old man. Lovely old man. Called Granddad Charlie. And he used to do magic tricks. Oh, it's great. And he used to have a magic hat. And he used to sit down and put the magic hat on his lap. And he'd show us there was nothing in it. There was nothing in it. And he'd put the magic hat on his lap. And we couldn't tell our parents to stop the magic. I think that's how it works. And then we're only little, and we used to have to queue up with our eyes shut. All take it in turns of feeding the little rabbit in that hat. Poor, whatever it got to me, he was scared stiff, poor little thing. Was no. And it was always in a bad way. Didn't have any ears or any fur. And poor little thing. I made it sick once. It's not true. There is no Granddad Charlie. I wasn't abused. And if I was, I'd save it for my autobiography. That's the way to do it. So anyway, Thatcher on the phone to Africa goes, look, I can't come myself, but I'll send you lead singer of the Boomtown Rats. He's not doing anything. And then, alright, yeah, I'll Deadpool again. See, the protest song about the greatest living African is Special AKA's Free Nelson Mandela. That's what they said. They said, Free Nelson Mandela. And it worked. Because, like, that, 6 years later, he was out anyway, so... Incarcerated for a quarter of a century, Mandela. Released in 1990, so he's been out about 14 years now. And he hasn't reoffended, so I think he's going straight. Which shows you prison does work. I came here to change attitudes tonight, and I think I've done that. I want to leave you with something now to show that knowledge is power. It's a true story, actually. And we were talking earlier about third world sweatshops, and they really are awful places. And there's women and children that are abused, and they literally get a few pence an hour, and it's for big conglomerate companies to make billions of pounds. And I was shopping with a friend of mine a couple of years ago. His name was Rob, and he had a sudden death in the family, and he had to get a suit for the funeral. And he was in a band, and he was on the dot. We didn't have a suit to his name. We went to these sort of cheap places in Oxford Street, and one bloke said, "Oh, I've got a lovely suit, £29." And I thought, what is this going to look like? I couldn't wait for him to have to buy the suit. I went over to it, and it was all right, and I was gutted. It was just like a classic sort of dark suit, and it was nice, and had a electric blue sort of satin lining, and he was made up. So just to piss on his bonfire, I said, well, if it's that cheap, and it's that well made, and it's not in a sale, it means someone's been exploited. He went, what? I went, yeah, it's awful. It's like women and children exploited, and you just be adding to the problem, right? And he didn't buy it. And he went and sold a guitar at Record and Tape Exchange and bought a suit for 150 quid. And I felt bad, but then I thought, well, I was probably right. If, they probably have used like really awful cheap labour. And so just by doing that, and even though it's one person's little change, if everyone changed it, then we could all, do you know what I mean, make a difference. Still, 29 quid though. So I don't... Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much, you nerd. Has everyone heard of Karl Pilkington? Because there's a bit... He's my producer on my radio show. I'll just quickly... But for those who haven't heard of him... He's a guy talking about attitudes. He's a man whose attitude hasn't changed from about the age of 5. He's from Manchester, and you can ask him anything, and he's got an opinion on it. It's usually they were rubbish, but right. Example. Okay. Well, just I told him about doing this show. I said I'm doing a show for politics. He went, why? And you can't answer it. And he said, you want to talk about that David Blunkett? I went, why? What's he doing? He went, he's up to his old tricks again. He's only gone and banned people having sex in public, isn't he? And I went, well, yeah, but surely that's a good thing, Karl. And he went, yeah, but what have you done? If he could see, there is a twisted logic, All right, we were once on air. This was. We were talking about blind dates, things that you had a blind date. And halfway through, Karl just piped up and went, I went on a blind date once. I went, are you in? Yeah, all right. What'd you do? She went, for a drink and that. Was she nice? Yeah, she was really good. Yeah, she was really fun. Great. Did you see her again? She had a problem with her marrow. I went, what? She had a problem with her marrow. Her bone marrow. Oh, yeah, she had a wasting disease. So I thought, what's the point? On air. And so, plus I went, oh, Karl, if you've listened, you're for it. He went, she'll be dead by now. Unbelievable. I'll just tell you one more before I go, one more. Right. This was last year, during Wimbledon week. Again, on air, he said, did you watch any Wimbledon last night? I went, no. There's some little wheelchair fellas have a go on centre court. Little wheelchair fellas. No irony. And I went, all right, yeah, any good? He went, no, a rubbish. I went, why? He went, they couldn't get a rally going. And I went, well, Karl, to be fair, they're in chairs on grass. He went, don't put it on telly then. And And I went, oh, wow. I said, everyone's entitled to be, I'll tell you, well, yeah. Well, let them do something they can do then. And I went foolishly. I went, like what? And he said, swing ball. Thanks, Nick. Unite. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Cool.